Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Jay, and this is the 2016 Jaguar F-Type R coupe. So I already did an unboxing review of the Jaguar F-Type Roadster with the supercharged V6, but we wanted to do the V8 version for you. So we came down to Jaguar Sacramento, which is part of the Niello Company, and lo and behold, here is the V8 powered coupe. So the F-Type coupe, it came out a little while after the Roadster, but I really think it was worth the wait. Just like the Roadster, it was designed by Ian Callum, and in my opinion, the F-Type coupe is probably one of the most gorgeous cars on sale today of any segment. I'm talking about sedans, sports cars, supercars. There is not a bad angle whatsoever to this car. Now the interior here, I'll get into more details about that in a few minutes. It is virtually identical to that of the Roadster. In fact, it is identical, except that because this is the V8 powered version, it has a few more special features to it, especially with the optional packages included here. So this exterior, I mean, look at it from the side. I mean, it just looks spectacular. Every angle is gorgeous, especially this rear three-quarter angle. These got these big 20-inch blade forged wheels with carbon fiber. Those cost an extra $2,500. I love those big red brake calipers too. You have this active sports exhaust system with quad exhaust pipes. You're going to hear that in a few minutes. It just sounds unreal. Now you probably notice here there is no rear spoiler, but there is a rear deflector. It retracts inside the rear right there, just on the rear hatch there. Now it'll go up at 70 miles per hour, and then it'll retract once you slow down, and it just contributes to downforce. But I like the way Jaguar kind of kept it hidden, in the back. It's just a sleek little touch. And as I said, those wheels, you can see they're carbon fiber. You see that carbon fiber weave. And I really like this exterior color. It's just black. It looks wonderful. It's really sharp, and with those red brake calipers, And I love the way that hood opens too. It's just so exotic-like. And there it is. That is a supercharged 5.0 liter V8 engine. It's got a total of 550 horsepower and 502 pound-feet of torque. Now, it's paired exclusively to an 8-speed automatic with paddle shifters. And get this, it sends power to all four wheels. This is all-wheel drive. Now, this is something that I think a lot of sports car purists are not going to like, is that the Jaguar F-Type R coupe and Roadster with the V8 engine can only be had with the automatic and all-wheel drive, meaning if you want to have a 6-speed manual and rear-wheel drive, you're going to have to get the supercharged V6 option or one of those less expensive trims. Now, this is something new with the standard all-wheel drive for the V8. That was not the case in the 2015 models, I believe, but for 2016, Jaguar changed that. How come? Well, I think it's because you're having 550 horsepower being sent to the rear wheels. It's not always the best idea. You're going to get a lot of understeer there, and when you have all-wheel drive, it's just more balanced, the car in general. It's just much more planted to the road, and therefore it's safer to have. Now, why don't they offer a 6-speed manual here? Well, I think it's just because not enough people in the US were going for the 6-speed manual. And as I was saying before, the interior here, it's the same as that you'll get in the Roadster, and I really, really like it. It's very driver focused, almost kind of like a fighter jet cockpit style. You have those sort of like toggle style switches right below the controls for the dual zone climate control. You also have an 8-inch touchscreen system with nav. Oh, and check out, that's really cool, that flat bottom steering wheel. It's just so great. But here's that engine. It sounds great. Listen. Oh, geez. I could just listen to that all day. I'm telling you, that engine, it just gets attention everywhere you go. It's so loud. It sounds like thunder on the street. So performance, you're going to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.9 seconds. And Jaguar claims the F-Type R Coupe V8 has a top speed of 186 miles per hour. Fuel economy, it's not great. 15 miles per gallon in the city, 23 miles per gallon on the highway, and a combined 18 miles per gallon. Now, also bear in mind, this is a really heavy car with the supercharged V8. It weighs around 4,000 pounds. And just to compare something else to you here, the Mazda MX-5 Miata, it weighs a little over 2,000 pounds, about 2,200 pounds to be exact. Point being, V8 engines are very heavy, and when you tack on that all-wheel drive system, it just packs on the pounds right there. And another thing that adds weight is actually the roof. It's a panoramic glass roof, and that adds, I believe, another 7 pounds. And, you know, every pound matters here. But for an extra $3,200, you can get a carbon fiber roof, which, you know, I would choose that. Just any way to save weight in this car if possible. So taking a closer look at the nav system here, this 8-inch screen, it's just okay. The system here is very similar to what's found on the Jaguar XE, which I encourage you to check out my unboxing review of that great car as well. There are better systems out there. I know Jaguar is in the process of updating its F-Type lineup. And we'll see what they come up with, because I know I'm not the only one here who's been saying that Jaguar needs to improve their infotainment systems, but it's far from bad. It's just, there's just room for improvement, in my opinion. So let's talk safety here. You're going to get, obviously, all the main things in modern cars today: dual front airbags, side airbags, emergency brake assist, anti-lock brakes, a tire pressure monitoring system, electronic stability control, traction control, and there's also something called torque vectoring. And that's basically, it's a method of power transfer where the differential has the ability to vary the power to each wheel. And this is becoming really common in cars with all-wheel drive, especially performance all-wheel drive cars. So, you know, I'm always asked, how does this car drive? Well, there's immediate throttle response. The torque vectoring system is just really nice to have in the when there's no rain, snow, or ice. You also have rain, snow, and ice modes. Obviously, the sharpest driving mode is dynamic mode, but you also have this adaptive dynamic suspension. It just really helps grip the road, and it's just a lot of fun to drive. But in my opinion, if you're really going for ultimate driving feel, I think the mid-level supercharged V6 F-Type V6S is sort of the sweet spot in the lineup. The V8, it's really heavy, and then the entry-level V6 model, it's just not quite powerful enough. But, you know, you only get the sound of that engine with a V8, so that's a really good selling point right there. Right, so what's the competition? Well, that's a very good question. Is this a supercar? Is this a Grand Tour? No, I would classify this as a high-performance exotic sports car. Other cars in that category is a Porsche 911. You can get that with all-wheel drive, of course. The McLaren 570S and 570 GT, as well as the new Mercedes-Benz or Mercedes-AMG GT and GTS. So they're not quite supercars, because you got to remember the flagship Ferrari and Lamborghinis today, they have around 700 horsepower. So there's this new niche that's coming about, and I would just sort of call it high performance exotic sports car. Now, how much does this car cost? Well, the base price for any F-Type R coupe is $105,400. And this car, with just a few extra features, it came to a total of $112,795. It can get even more than that. You can get carbon ceramic brakes. There's a package for that. I believe that alone costs something like $12,000. A few of the options here. It has the extended leather pack, which includes like even a leather sun visor, which is kind of cool. And just little things that you can make this car your own. But again, even the camel colored seatbelts, those cost $350. So options really do add up fast. Oh, and another cool feature here, it has a valet mode, which with a push of a button, it locks the trunk and the storage box as well as the glove box. I guess you can't trust valet parking guys these days anymore. Trunk space is actually pretty decent. It's sort of like a fastback design, so you can get obviously more stuff in the coupe than you can in the Roadster. It's great for a weekend road trip. Plenty of space for a couple of suitcases, golf bags. Also great for daily driving. And just looking at this car and with that engine running and hitting the gas, I could really just listen to it all day. Yeah, that black. I know the British Racing green color, it costs about an extra couple $1,000s, but this black is a no-cost option, so I might just have to go for that. But in any case, everybody, thanks for watching. I'm out of time for today. If you have any more questions for me, please be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I promise to answer them. If you have any suggestions for future cars you'd like me to unbox, also leave those suggestions in the comments as well. And be sure to check out the full review of the 2016 Jaguar F-Type R Coupe on CarBuzz.com. So until then, everyone, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.